Do you think Jesus is a good audience member? It's got to be.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean, he knows it all. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of like when a comic has seen
Jesus
everything.
knows the punchlines?
Yeah,
No way.
Jesus, dude. He knew the Dave Attell like in the Sumerian days. You know what I mean? Like he's been like around. You get jaded.
At
and
the end of
people
the day, Jesus is just a know-it-all Jew. I knew it. I knew you were going to go there. You anti-Semite.
No.
At the end of the day, he just is like, I think I heard that one like 4,000 years ago. It was good. No, it was good. I think I heard another version.
Well, it's kind of like people are like, hey man, have you heard Jelly Roll? And you're like, I don't know. I heard the Beatles at 4 years old, and it's a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not really
I used to have the
excited.
Beach Boys on a tape deck. You're not really going to blow my mind with like fusion country. Thanks. Roberto. Your mic's working?
Yeah.
Check a mic, baby.
This will be an Express, Road Dogs Express episode.
Okay. Robert's in a fucking rush right now. We just recorded. I feel like it's happening every time we record. Jamie, figure your shit out. Every time we record, there's a problem. We recorded a full like 40-minute awesome episode. Like you brought so much good shit. Robert researched roads.
Yeah.
Did I just kill your delivery of that? Let's
it gives them something to anticipate. You know?
Dude.
Yeah.
All right. Scoot in a little bit more towards me here so that you're in the shot with me. And okay. And then I think we have to face each other. We have to interlock our legs and cocks.
Okay. Is this okay?
I think I have to put my legs over
interlocked?
here.
Oh, dude.
Dude, it looks funny on camera. Just
Oh, man.
my little legs, my little knee popping up. All right.
Here, there's a way
That's the worst way to do a
Give me
podcast.
boner,
Is that a
dude.
bad way to do What? Oh,
No.
nice, dude.
Okay.
On the next episode of Road Dogs, John gives Rob a Hardy. Okay.
Speaking of Hardee's.
Hardee's.
Fast food. We
Fast
talked
food.
about fast food. This is when we talk about the Lost episode. It's like the Tenacious D song.
Oh, yeah,
the
dude.
Best song
This is not the greatest song.
the greatest song
In the world, no. This is just a tribute. That was
You-
genius. I fucking love that.
Well,
Jack Black, dude.
Yes.
But both of them are amazing.
Yeah. KG, Jack Black.
The
They all
producers
bring
behind the scenes that we don't know about, the people that worked hard to get them lunch, they ate a lot of lunch. Those are craft service and lunch guys. Two fat entertainers.
Yes.
They are ordering up lunch.
Yeah. Chicken McNuggets and shoving one up their butt. What was the bit?
Is that a bit from Jack Black? Shoving a chicken nugget up your butt? I think what you're talking about
Take one and
is
shove
the
it up
shampoo
your ass.
bottle from the Adam Sandler song.
Okay. Maybe that's
That's
it.
right. See that shampoo bottle over there? Take it and stick it up my ass. Push it in and out at a medium pace.
Dude, those Adam Sandler albums were like formative for us. Like, it was
Now he
weird.
makes children's movies.
Yeah. Well, what's strange is
Who
it was
knew?
like it was hard R Adam Sandler. That was the only place you got that.
Yeah.
Because even in the sketches and stuff and movies, he rarely did like an R anything. It was all like PG-13.
Oh, you're saying hard R like the
Yeah.
rating. I was like, hard R, like, did Adam Sandler used to use the N-word liberally? With a hard R? Was he in Deadwood or something?
Dude, hey, our first podcast guest.
Oh, Evan, put it on speaker.
Hey, what's up, dog? You're on the you're the first guest.
Episode,
on
what is this,
Road
5 of Road Dogs? Episode 5 of Road Dogs, Evan.
Hey, hello.
Evan? Actually, I don't think the call came through. Let's show the screen. It just says 00 for minutes. Look at it. Just says 00.
Well, just believe us.
Just believe us, baby. You gotta believe me. Believe me, baby. That was Evan. He called. He might call back.
Yeah.
You're going to call him
Good.
back? No, we got to focus.
No,
We're making a
we gotta
podcast
do
here,
this.
Robert.
We're here. We're entertaining these folks. It's been so fun entertaining you guys in Pasadena. We've got our show every Wednesday night.
Road Dogs Comedy Show. Please come. Please come all over the show. Please. I can't help it. I try to be mature and not talk about sex or cum, but that's why I do comedy.
It's all groovy, John. I mean, I almost came with how many people were there. We had a really fun turnout, which you never expect because we're just grassroots starting this thing.
Grassroots is a great way to put it. Like we're literally just like we're doing this podcast. We have an Instagram. We have the sketches that we do with Nate.
Yeah,
American Complainer, and that's it. And none of us are famous or anything crazy like that. So we're just like we're down there. We're barking. Barking, if you don't know, if you're, out of state or you're not in comedy or not around comedy, barking is like when you have a show, you literally physically go around like at Barney's in Pasadena. You just go and like, hey, you guys, we have a comedy show upstairs in the back. It's a balcony show in the back there. Just come on out, man. We're up there. And you give them a flyer and, you know, you try not to ask the wrong people, you know, like a guy that's breaking up with a girl. They're both sobbing. You don't go like, hey guys, we got a comedy show upstairs. I don't know if that'll make you feel better or what.
Yeah.
But sometimes we do get some weird.
Yeah, we had a really fun, strange gentleman who...
strange dude is sleeping on you.
Yeah, he fell asleep during the show, but it wasn't... I don't know if it's really because of the material.
This is really bad advertising for the show. You're like, packed show, packed house, great comics. One guy slept really well. He was on drugs.
Yes.
It wasn't like... we weren't boring. Were we? We weren't boring.
No, I think we were pretty entertaining. There was a lot
You
of
had a great set. Evan had a great set.
Yeah, it was a good night, but I think this guy had a great year.
Schluff. He had a great schluffy.
He was sleepy.
He was sluff and tough, bro.
He reminded me of those folks who were just completely schizophrenic and they're just kind of always high off something. I don't know what that drug is. I mean, I would love to partake because you were just on a good one. But what was great is when he got to the show.
Some of that. It's called schluff. It's a street drug called schluff. Do you want to just take a little nappy, pussy? Oh, I got what you need.
Dude, well, he definitely took a nap. But what was great is when we initially were barking in Barney's, we're kind of hitting people up. Hey, we got a comedy show upstairs. There was a lot of friendly folk that make eye contact. This guy was he got like shrapnel of us passing stuff out. You know, we were talking to other people and we saw him, and Jon is just a friendly guy and he sees him and he's
I'm also clueless. I'm friendly and clueless. Like, I don't know what's going on a lot of times. I don't read regular signals. I try so hard. I really try.
Yeah.
I think I'm like a very severely mentally handicapped person that has just like a go-getter attitude. And it's like, I'm going to figure out Western culture and the human race. I'm going to figure it out. So I work really hard to, but like, dude, some of these signals, I'm just like, oh, that was what that guy, well, like I've had a lot of homeless people like threaten to kill me. You know, you make the eye contact, you do all this stuff, and you're like, I just thought he just looked like a nice guy, and I started talking to him, and then he's like, tells you about the devil and all this stuff, and you're like, okay, man.
Yeah.
So that's just me. And I somehow looked at this guy who was drooling on himself, methadone clinic style. They're like this. And I was like, hey, sir, you want to come to a comedy show? I'm such a fucking idiot. I am an idiot. It's good to admit it. I'm in my 40s now. I admit it now. I'm not trying to pretend like I'm not because of survival needs. I'm just like, I'm fucking dumb. Don't give me that. I don't know. I can't be a cop or a brain surgeon. Okay, I can work in real estate because I can negotiate, but don't give me a scalpel. Don't give me anything with a scope on it and that I can't point anywhere. And definitely don't tell me like, hey, make sure you only invite the right people to our comedy show. I don't know. He seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Who was drooling on himself falling asleep.
Yeah, for someone that didn't seem like he possessed a frontal lobe anymore and may have had a lobotomy, he was a great guy.
Oh, dude, great. I love that you did a Ramones reference on our pod. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Lobotomy. Oh, dude.
Lobotomy.
Lobotomy. Yeah, he definitely had maybe had one. And he was a great guy. I mean, when you said we've got a great show upstairs, he repeated it. He's a great show upstairs. And then he ended up coming upstairs.
Dude,
he did.
He mirrored me.
He actually
a salesperson.
And then we see him kind of stumble into the room when you were up. We were starting the show.
Was I hosting? And I was like, I'm on stage. I kind of did see him come and sit down, but I was like in the middle of a riff over here to this pocket of the room. And it was just like, that guy, wait, wasn't that the guy that was falling asleep? So I was somewhat aware that like he was falling asleep. It was like by proxy that he came up though. It's funny that like the table next to him seemed like they were really into it. They didn't show up.
Yeah.
But the heroin addict came.
Yes, the other two were like, "Oh my god, comedy! There's a great ooh!" And they were making plans like, "Okay, we'll go after the tiramisu," and then this guy, who I don't know if he knew like what shapes we were that were coming into his like foggy, days, but like he picked up. There's a comedy show upstairs, and you have to get up a few stairs. It's not.
You had to work to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he wanted a show. He got it. He slept through it.
I mean, some people go to places where it's noisy. Like that's their white noise machine is like crazy stuff going on. And then they can feel like they can like kind of melt into the background, right? Like old people that fall asleep at movies.
Rocky Erickson, the famous, incredible musician, godfather of psychedelic rock. He there's a documentary on him.
Dude,
I think it's him or Daniel Johnson. No, it's him. They both have schizophrenia and they both make amazing music.
Schizophrenics
are
are
gone now.
Great artists.
Rip for both of them now.
Two-headed road dog. Two-headed road dog. I'll be going to a show on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. in Barney's in Pasadena to see the two-headed road dogs. Oh, dude, that's a great
great music. Amazing. But
working at the Kremlin.
Yeah.
I'll be working at the Kremlin. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. He had a lot of songs about aliens and maybe shared a lot in common with the gentleman that we had tonight as far as like the depths of psychedelic realms you could reach. But I mean, hey, so Rocky Erickson used to have to wear headphones, turn up static. It was in the documentary about his life, and they're showing him at the time.
This is old, right? Like a 30-year-old documentary.
Yeah, like
I think
90s.
I watched it. I think I was at like All American Tattoo, and I think we watched it on a computer screen. Like, on like a slow day, we were like all gathered around a computer watching it. I think
his schizophrenia was so bad that he needed white noise, and that was before his brother kind of got like custody or ownership. Yeah. Guardianship, because his mom was like this old woman that didn't like medication, so she denied him of this medication that he needed because he was just gone. But yeah, there's like a funny story where Gibby Haynes of Butthole Surfers.
Yeah, dude, hell yeah. Dude, I was just blasting them. I was wearing a cowboy hat driving to another podcast yesterday on the friggin' freeway, going down to Orange County, like blasting Butthole Surfers. And I was like, fucking life is good.
Yeah.
That blue sky that you get in Orange County with the beach air and just blasting and just thinking like, Gibby Haynes was wild. And you're just like, you know. Dude. Okay, go on. Sorry. I stopped your story because I got excited. Okay.
But me and Jon grew up in the Inland Empire. So the beach, anytime I'm by the beach, it just feels better.
Oh yeah, dude.
But it felt better for, I think, this gentleman when he was around noise. But he came in, he somehow managed to get up to the show. And I remember maybe a good 3 minutes where he was just standing and I was trying to move stuff around. At the time, I was helping people get seats while I saw him just kind of standing.
You're like, it's not so much that I wanted him to be a guest at the show, an audience member. I needed to sit him down so he didn't fall and hit his head.
Yes, pretty much. But he did fall.
How long did he stay? Did he fall?
Well, I mean, he tipped.
Don't admit that on the podcast. People will be like, you let the man fall.
No, okay, he didn't fall.
You guys are cruel, white, privileged assholes that you let a homeless person fall.
Well,
I didn't know. I was on stage.
I love that you gave away that he might not have been white right there.
I said he was homeless. Wow, you are racist.
Wow, no, I know.
He's a piece of shit. Podcast host, please welcome Robert.
I'm not sure.
Rocky Erickson song. Rocky Erickson.
Sometimes people that have lived a life like that, they just look a little leathery, you know, and you can't really tell. It's ambiguous, you know.
Well, I've had to edit podcasts before, so it's not something new.
I mean, Cassie, I'm getting there. Look, I work outside, dude. I'm getting close.
Yeah, you look like Morgan Freeman in the Robin Hood movie. Here's my question to you, sir, is you brought up Rocky Erickson and his schizophrenia. Oh, you got to sit a little closer so you're on that screen. You brought up Rocky Erickson and his schizophrenia. Yes. And here's the thing. Do you think... Because I'm thinking of like the Brian Redban era of Rogan. And I remember when I first met Brian Redban at the Comedy Store, the thing I was most excited about was going up to him and being like, dude, you met Graham Hancock. Because I read his books and I was like, dude, I was like a huge fan. And Graham Hancock has this like theory that like schizophrenics and this isn't just his theory. This is a lot of people in the psychedelic world, but these people are not like imagining these things. Like they are in other, like they're like in other realms, like in their head that our brain is filtering out so that we can just be in this physical realm right here. Right. But they're like interacting with like when my grandma was dying, she had like Parkinson's and dementia and all that kind of stuff. You know, that funny little cocktail that so many get. If you live long enough, you might get to enjoy seeing a rabbi floating in the corner of your living room. And I remember my bubby like being like, he's right over there. And I'd be like, oh, okay, Bubby. But then my brother and I would just be like, maybe there is like other beings that like you could see if you have whatever filtration system starts getting messed up in your head, you know?
Drop Dead Fred.
Oh, dude. Cobwebs. I love Drop Dead Fred.
Drop Dead Fred is a very strange movie, though. It's like, what demographic was that for? It was
for us, dude. I mean, my brother and I watched Drop Dead Fred all the time.
I did too.
Movies were freaking awesome when we were kids. We didn't have the Pixar brilliance and heart, the Mr. Rogers love that Pixar stuff has, but we had Mr. Rogers and we had Mannequin and we had Ace Ventura 1 and 2. I mean, like There were great movies when we were kids. Dude.
You know what's a fun fact? Do you remember Brave Little Toaster?
Yeah, that's Disney. Disney bought it, right?
Yeah, well,
they killed the owner. They had a bloodletting ceremony. They drank the blood of the owner around a circle of people in Bohemian Grove or whatever, and then they made it a famous movie.
Yeah,
that touched all of our hearts.
It did, and there was like 7 sequels that came straight to video. That
are there really?
Yeah.
Oh, like they made enough to they're like just put a sequel out.
There's Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars, which I don't know if that has the same heart wrenching.
Is there really?
Yeah, that's the second
Sponsored
one.
by NASA.
Yeah,
founded by the Nazis. Dude, so weird. Yeah, I didn't know that. They always milk stuff though, dude. Have you seen how many live albums David Bowie had? You're like, just give me like 3 live albums. And they're like, every week they're like, it's David Bowie live. It's like, yeah, I've heard him live. Yeah. I actually like the production quality when stuff's mixed nice. Like, I already heard him live. Yeah. They're like, it's his 57th live album. You're like, okay, thank you. Like, you know?
Yeah.
They milk stuff, you know? I think Nirvana, they're like, we found a lost tape. I was like, you knew you had that tape.
I know. They're
going to find more.
They will. It's like archaeology, dude. They find something every day.
Once El Duce died, right? But he's still like puffing up on a beach somewhere. And once he explodes like a whale, they're going to be like, dude, look at all these recordings from Nirvana. He didn't kill Kurt Cobain. He ate all the recordings. He ate all the tapes.
Dude.
That's my theory.
Do you ever eat anything that like just is hard to get out? You know, have you been constipated before by any food?
What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to understand the segue that you just pushed in there, where you're trying to lead us.
What I'm trying to say is I feel like I'm constipated myself.
Oh, I thought you were going to get to something like a topic you want to talk about, because you did some research and I kind of want to riff on it.
Well, okay. I think this should be a segment because there's a lot to talk about here.
Okay.
Like,
let's give this podcast stuff to talk about with some breathing room.
Yeah. Well, this is Road Dogs.
Which is our show themed after the great Angelo Bowers. Hilarious comedian, wonderful friend, super, super hilarious roaster. The man would call me in the morning. He'd make fun of me when I was on the toilet. He'd call me in the morning. He'd make fun of me when I was driving somewhere. He'd call me in the morning, and then I'd hang up on him all the time. He was the best. This show is themed after him. It's Wednesday nights in Barney's Pasadena. Come out.
I do remember him. You guys ripping on each other was probably one of the most entertaining things ever.
My heart hurts because I miss pulling my hat off. I used to love to. Do you remember in Blazing Saddles how they would always hit Mongo with the hat? Like, you idiot, Mongo. Yeah. You know? Like, I used to pull my hat off all the time and hit Angelo with it because he would like he'd push my buttons. It's the same way my wife and I act. Like, you push each other's buttons to the point of like physically, like kind of in a silly way, like, you know, like cats fighting or dogs like just chewing on each other, you know? And he would push me to the point of like fucking hitting him with my hat, be like, you fucking bitch. Like, and he would tell people at comedy shows, he would just like walk around and be like, he beats me. Like, he would walk up to people and be like, he beats me. He beats me. Like,
I just remember you two both having kind of curly hair with flannel, and it was almost like it was like 2 variations of the same strain a little bit.
Oh, dude, but totally. We hit it off right away. We had a lot of fucking ridiculous shit in common.
But I remember you guys ripping on each other, and at one point, someone called the other a lumberjack lesbian, which was pretty fitting.
I used to call him a lumberjack lesbian.
Okay, that was you then.
And that, dude, because he always looked like a character. His mom bought him nice stuff, and Gretchen, his girlfriend, bought him like nice pants. Like, it was still his style. Like,
I only saw him in shorts ever.
No, he eventually would wear pants, the son of a bitch. He wore his dad's like of mice and men, like overall, like fucking weird, like Modesto pants. But Gretchen bought him like nice shoes that were still his style, like just black simple tennis shoes and some jeans that were not tight or like fancy or anything like that, but they were like newer jeans. And he like came out like embarrassed, like he walked out like a kid, like all, and I was like, Cream Pie, she's not trying to change your style. She just got you like a new version of like stuff that you had that was like worn out. And he wore it for like a day, and then he went back to like those Costco, like those black Costco shoes that like homeless people get for free from the government, and like jeans that didn't fit him that like were hand-me-downs to his dad, that his dad had like shit. His dad was a lot older, so he definitely shit in these things. He was an older, you know, a real Merle Haggard hangout kind of in the Folsom Prison kind of guy.
Well, you know, we know that
Charlie Bowers. He would laugh. He had a big, long, like pointy nose, and he'd be like, had a blurry tattoo on his arm. Just that that one old man from Modesto, like blurry tattoo. Like, oh yeah, dude.
Is his dad still around?
Or he's fucking dead. Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's dead. That's the name of this podcast. Everyone's dead. This podcast is dedicated to Brody Stevens, Angelo Bowers, everyone that died in 9/11. Let's see, Ryan Demarest. Like, the list just goes. Raymond Chavez.
Oh man, we were talking about that in the last version of the show. where we were touching on some of the people we know that have passed on. And dude, the good thing is that we keep their spirit alive, dude. And it's beautiful because, those people have had an impact on us. I mean, Ryan D, his brother, my old podcast buddy. We're in a band. We wrote comedy together, and it was in the pandemic. It felt like we were getting closer, and he passed right when things started to kind of lift up, and we did our first show together. Dude. And he kicked ass. I think he headlined that show. It was in Victorville. And it was the first show that we did after the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was lifted, and I wasn't even on the bill. It was Ryan and Evan were, and I just rode with them, right?
Yeah.
And Ryan was so great with people, and he kind of was like, hey, this guy's hilarious, throw him up. And he just with confidence. He was like a missing link for sure with me and like some social stuff. Cause like he was just the chillest guy. He knew how to like get around, but he was a sweet guy. So fucking cool. Yeah. So down to earth. So real. Sweet dude, yeah. And so he got me, a setup that night. And I got up, and it felt like shooting fish in a barrel. Everyone was ready to fucking laugh. It was the greatest show. One of the greatest shows I've ever done. It was his last show.
That's so, dude, that's so great that he got to have a good,
and he got to do that again. And that's one.
And now he's doing that for Jesus.
That's right, dude.
Right now. Do you think Jesus is a good audience member?
He's got to be. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean, he knows it all. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of like when a comic has seen
Jesus
everything.
knows the punchlines?
Yeah, no way. Jesus, dude. He knew the Dave Attell like in the Sumerian days. You know what I mean? Like he's been like around. You get jaded.
At the end of the day, Jesus is just a know-it-all Jew. I knew it. I knew you were gonna go there. You anti-Semite. At the end of the day, he just is like, I think I heard that one like 4,000 years ago. It was good. No, it was good. I think I heard another version.
Well, it's kind of like people are like, hey man, have you heard Jelly Roll? And you're like, I don't know. I heard the Beatles at 4 years old, and it's a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not really excited.
If the Beach Boys on a tape deck, you're not really gonna blow my mind with like fusion country. Thanks. Right, dude?
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
That's such a good. I'm glad we can cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers. I mean,
don't hit them too hard. We can't afford
Jelly Roll's all, I'm unsubscribing these fuckers.
Oh no, I know, dude. We support. This is it's art and commerce. You got to do what you got to do. We're proud of you,
Ralphie May. With I think we said before with Chipotle bag tattoos.
Dude, Ralphie, I thought you just made another like dead person that's amazing, dude. Greg Giraldo, Ralphie
Jelly
May,
Roll's dead.
Jelly Roll. I mean, and the list is fucking long. But I think the older you get, like the more the list that you just realize so many of your friends die along the way because we're just running from the tidal wave of the inevitable. So every now and then you're gonna be running and you're gonna look back and like, oh fuck, it got cream pie Bowers. Like it just happens, And then you just keep running, knowing like one day the wave we'll crash on all of us. That's the theme of this podcast. One day you're gonna die, so click like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and come on out to
Barney's Beanery Road Dog
Pasadena.
Well, before we go, I think I want to give him a little teaser. I think the next episode.
Did you say a teaser? Is that a Latino teaser?
It's a SoundCloud rapper from
Teaser?
Tenochtitlan, dude. But I would love to do a little nod at the next episode because we're going to give you a very special road dog special all about roads and road dogging and raw dogging, most likely, because it always circles back to come, and that's the essence of life. I mean, I'm sorry.
Like, people act disgusted about it, but like Bill Hicks used to joke about like the secrets of the universe coming through a cow turd mushroom. You know? It's the same thing with this. It's like people get all grossed out about it. It's like we literally spawned from spunk.
That is crazy.
So to act like you're better than it, it's like, you think you're better than cum? Yeah, I almost want to tell that to audiences, but then that seems a little harsh to start a show with at Barney's Beanery. Guys, welcome to the show. Where are you guys from? Hey, by the way, if anyone gets cocky tonight, just remember you're no better than cum. Actually, that might be a fun way to open the show.
Yes.
Can we like kind of lighten it right away? Just go blue right away and let them know, like, there's going to be stuff said here. This is adults. You're not at a Brian Regan show. Like, these are adults are going to talk about actual things.
Dude, you know, it'd be kind of cool if
we have Brian Regan show up, and then we have like a wrestling style fight, like an Andy Kaufman, like a Brian Regan, like threatens to kill me, and maybe he spins around. But it's a dangerous balcony. If someone pretends to throw you over, you could actually, we could be on the news and the show would get pretty big, but someone might have to die.
Well, Brian Regan is watching, so please reach out.
That'd be fucking hilarious if Brian Regan was actually into like raw, honest comedy, and you're like, that's what he watches all day, and he's just like, I make $2 million a week not talking about the truth. So I can't. But I sure love watching Tim Dillon have a fit about Disney.
Dude, that
would be fucking hilarious.
I
almost want a painting of that.
Yeah.
Like the president's playing poker, but it's Brian Regan watching Tim Dillon on a podcast. Wednesdays, Barney's Beanery. It's free. We got awesome comics. I mean, the lineups are just, we're not just saying that. They're solid. They're great comics, great people. Like people have been leaving the show at the end of the night. You know, you have a good comedy show going, Robert, when the audience that shows up that you barked for, not just the people that are already fans and follow us on socials and whatever and show up and our friends that surprise us and all that stuff, but like the people that you barked for, you and I have both been doing comedy long enough. You know, you'll see them come, they'll stay for a comic, they'll stay for 2 comics, and then they leave.
Yeah.
But we've had we've had most of the people that we bark for stay even in couples. And you know, you and I are both horny dudes.
Yeah,
we want to leave early. We want our chick to drink, and we want to go home, and we want to get fucking sweaty and dirty and 69, right? And these people, they stay.
Yeah, that's been really cool.
They stay, dude.
It's been really awesome, and I hope you guys do get to see us. But
what are you looking for on your phone? What's going on?
So look, we recorded a whole road dog special. We're talking to you folks. Thank you for liking and subscribing.
Give us a thumbs up.
Yes, up the ass, please. It's 2024. Get with it, folks.
No, on YouTube.
Up the wazoo. Is that better than ass? I don't know. Let's see.
What are you looking at your phone, Robert? Hurry up.
Look, guys, we got a little sneak preview of our road dog special next week, where we talk all about roads and road dogging.
Yeah. Oh, dude. He did his research.
I did.
I love this.
Yeah. So
this is the only way I can do a podcast. Is either Rob or Slayton has to do a bunch of research and I have to interrupt them. So that's how it goes.
Well, I wanted to because we're horny dudes, and we're talking about roads.
Indeed.
I wanted to give you guys a little go through a quick Rolodex of the world's curviest roads. Get ready, John.
Gosh darn it. PAWG roads. I'm excited, dude.
Now,
big pale asses on those roads that I can just kind of bite into.
Oh, man.
No, they're made out of cobblestone. Okay. Oh, I can work with that.
John, you fancy yourself a more like, what's his name? Crumb, right? R. Crumb sort of dude. You enjoy thicker
like tall women?
Yeah. Like
I think a woman's like 8 or 9 feet tall.
Okay.
If they can make them. Like, you know, if I didn't have to go to Norway to find a bride.
Well, let's see.
No offense to my wife. She's tall enough.
Yeah.
Babe, you're tall enough. I love you.
I think these roads may also speak to your fancy here of thick and tall.
Well, spit it out to the audience.
All right,
know what's going on. Tell me what's going on. Shit.
These are the curviest roads in the world. This
is not the curviest road in the world. No, this is just a tribute.
There's this number 6, north youngest road in Bolivia. It is
South America?
Yes, Bolivia.
You know what's funny is because when you were telling me about this list, and you're like, you're going to be surprised. Where I was like, I wonder if any of them are going to be in South America because they're all in the Middle East, but or Greece and that side of, what do you call that area?
Like
Western
the Mediterranean kind of.
But this one's in Bolivia.
Middle East. Yeah. Well, this is Bolivia. And so this is the curviest
this is the preview
roads
of next week?
Yes.
Okay. Preview.
Oh, this is a little fun fact.
Prepare to fap to the roads, y'all. Here it comes.
So it's 11,483 feet.
Oh, God. What color's its hair?
And
is it a redhead?
Red, yes.
It's a red road?
It's a Bolivian red road.
Bolivian red road. Oh, dude, I think I got one of those once.
At a smoke shop?
Yeah, Bolivian red road. Give me a Bolivian red road and 2 Greek cobbles. And then I was stoned, dog. No pun intended.
Number of hairpin turns and switchbacks, 200 plus. So that means there's a lot of...
Oh, I know what a switchback is.
Yeah.
You're talking to a hiker.
Well,
I know what a switchback is.
Be prepared to get even horny because this is going to get even crazier, dog. I read this backwards. That's the curviest. This is in Bolivia. Fudge brownies, folks. But you know what? We'll give you one little more sneak peek here. Let me go through the list properly. Okay, so that was the most. Spoiler alert. It's in Bolivia, the curviest road in the world. This is the 6th curviest road.
Which is still pretty good if you look at statistics.
Yeah, it's in... Lasse de Menevier, France.
Let me see what. Let me read it. Let's see what it is. Where are we? Where am I looking at? Lasse de Montvernier. Montvernier. I think it's Lasse de Montvernier.
So 17
I
switchbacks.
don't know, because you stupid Americans cannot read our words. We just write them down like you do. You stupid education system, no health insurance, and your chicken is dry, and your fries are weak.
Freedom fries.
Unless you're at In-N-Out. In-N-Out fries are badass.
They are pretty good.
People
Animal
always
style.
complain about it. It's like always a debate. Like In-N-Out fries sucks. I'm like, they're the best fries.
They're very
Unless you're
good
like in a
fries.
fancy douchey restaurant where it's duck fat.
Yeah,
Duck butter
or frog fat if it's in France. But 17 switchbacks.
Touché, my friend. 3 shea.
610 feet. All right.
Nice.
So then number 5 on the list is in Las Corcoles, Chile. 17 switchbacks, 768 feet. Wow, that's getting me horny, dude. Okay.
I like how you're reading them like a baseball stat guy. Keep going. Do one more before we.
Okay. This is the second thickest, curviest road in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second thickest, curviest road in the
This will
world.
be the big finale here. It is the 3-level zigzag road in the Himalayas, 100+ switchback and hairpin turns. It is 9,050 feet. Wow, dude.
Wow.
I mean, come on, dude. Really interesting. I'm sure you all are going to visit the Himalayas to get on the thickest road and jerk off like to a PAWG.
Dude.
Oh, okay. We just ended on jerk off.
Hey, by the way, if anyone gets cocky tonight, just remember you're no better than cum.